No, Philip thinks sandals and shorts are now in fashion.
To be fair, he's actually dressing more because we're in the mountains.
Well, yeah, he does actually have a shirt on now.
That is true. He's insulated.
Talking about people's icons.
Yeah.
In Roll20.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got that stuff turned off.
I don't remember Grim having that many colors, or maybe I just always imagine him slate gray all the way down.
No, it's the same picture.
Okay.
All right, everybody ready?
No, but continue.
I'm ready. I finally got through Vikings and saw my character die in Vikings.
That's where the picture came from. Okay.
Theo, I hope you watched that 3-hour live stream before we started.
What?
Me?
Are you doing the recap?
No, I'm going to do a recap.
Oh, damn.
I'll do an overarching everything that's happened thus far off of pure memory. If anybody wants to add to it or correct me, feel free. But we will go ahead and get started.
Welcome to season 2.
Yep. You all started in an inn known as the Growling Dogstein in a small town where you got set upon by a bunch of bandits, out of which popped a brain-eating creature. You guys found the map and decided to pursue that map to... Sorry, just opening this stream here. I need to mute it too. All right, so you follow the map to these old crypts that were inhabited by some drow. After fighting them, one of them took off, walking on the ceiling. You guys followed the blood trail down into the Underdark, where you eventually lost his trail to some spider nests, realizing that he was walking on the ceiling. You figured you couldn't follow him anymore, so you went back out. Opened up a map that Grim had long before he even met any of you guys, and decided to go to some nearby ruins that he had marked on this map that he obtained from some stranger in a tavern somewhere. As you guys investigated this town, you split off in groups, and one group hung out at the tavern where they found in the cellar some kind of foul darkness that seemed to oppress the lights, and people with dark vision couldn't even see into it. You told the rest of the group. You guys met up, decided to go down there where you heard whispering. You followed the whispering to a ritual circle on the ground that had a lot of bones and candles on it. RVO determined that the writing on it was infernal. Looking at the portal across the way, you guys figured this portal went to hell. Well, one of you did. One of you jumped into it. And the rest of you followed suit, where you had a nice little adventure in hell. You got taken to a temple guided by a vision that Sherbrek and Arvio both had that told you to use Philip's axe. You got guided there, decided you were going to wait a little bit and sleep on things. Upon waking up, you found out you were too late, as the bounty hunter devils were already upon you guys. But slipping out through a back door, you tried to escape, only to find out that they were a little bit faster than you. Caught up, took you prisoner, took everything you owned, and took you back to a city where you all made a deal with the devil. He sent you to the desert not too far south of Torrid, where you guys have now spent the last couple months trekking across the deserts of the Ivory Sea. Just a reminder, this map is crooked, it's not correct. But you trekked from Torrid way up here in the top and spent a good couple months getting down here to rescue Arvio's family. During which Billy left, Lex left, and you came across Ava and Zilmorn. You guys agreed to help Zilmorn a little bit, or Zilmorn, if he helped you, and his condition was that you take him up to his towers in the mountains, which is here. And we last left off as you guys spent a good week marching up through these mountains, hunting some game. You found some rivers. You eventually got up into the snowy peaks where it was really cold. And our last session left off with you guys kind of huddled underneath a little outcropping underneath the side of a mountain in the snow. And so we will start back up with you guys as you are packing up camp and getting ready to set off. You figure you have about a day, maybe two, depending on the terrain, till you get to this tower. What would you all like to do? Unless anybody has anything to add to all that.
Well, other than us, I guess there was also the small manner of us visiting that one town, freeing a couple of people, and barely managing to save anybody, but still managing to save some people from Yosild's grasp. Small victories, but they all hated us anyway. Go figure. Oh yeah, I met up with an imp that was looking like Billy and freaked everybody out.
Oh yes, that is true. That was a key part.
And hellhounds are fucks, and I still hate them.
You guys slept in that town. Thanks for reminding me of that. Where you got attacked by quite a few devils. There was one giant one and a lot of lesser ones. And they seem to tell you that your master's not happy with you.
Yeah. And Arvio's son is not speaking for some reason. Trauma or some such. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just one of those mutes.
Unlikely. Unfucking likely. Not if he's coming from me.
Maybe he go to after his mom.
She talks. She's not a mute.
Because she has to.
Fucking, what do you mean? The fuck are you trying to say, Philip?
Yeah, before we leave, I need to talk to everybody before we head out for the day.
Ooh.
It's come to my attention that we need to bury a hatchet right here and right now. Mushin would like to talk to you guys for a minute, so I'll gesture for Mushin to go ahead and speak.
All right. He kind of gives you a sideways glance as he steps up, and he turns and he looks at the rest of the group, and he says, "I'm not here to bury a hatchet. I just want to make it clear that I am following Lex. Any issues that you guys have with what Lex have done, you can take it out with him. I'm not here to make friends, no matter how angry Goat may want to be about that. I am here to do what he says, and he's the one who made the decision to do what we did. So, just letting you all know that friendship is not my task with you. I have more important things. I'm trying to stop a god from eating a world, and your frivolous concerns do not matter to me."
And who are you again?
I'll ask him.
Oh,
I'll let him.
it's Mushin.
Okay.
The next question then is, if you're both here, if you're both on the whole quest to, okay, stop a god from eating the world business, then why did you here?
Why are we here? I had some information from Zilmorn that we can potentially look for a ship. That's what my goal is. It would make my job a lot easier to retrieve these artifacts into helping you all who have this contract. That's what my goal is.
Now,
Whether we still have the same or not, that's just what it is.
When we first got there, we heard of a group of people being pursued by Yosild's men. We thought of you and decided to come and help. Now that seems to have led us up to this tower. Lex here seems to think that whatever this individual Zilmorn is talking about will help in his task.
I'm all about artifacts.
Good luck with that.
Well, it's freezing. Let's get going.
Okay, so you guys pack up?
Yep.
Okay. Mushin will kind of pull you over, Lex, and just say some things to you. Sure, you know what he says.
Yeah.
As you guys finish packing up your packs and stuff. But you pack up, you set out in this freezing cold in the mountains. Considering that you guys did not come prepared, and whatever you did have, you probably gave to the woman and child to not freeze to death. So you will all take a collective 4 points of cold damage. Unless your resistance to that.
I wrap up my kid in a bunch of quilts so he does not take the cold.
Yeah, I'm figuring extra blankets or whatever you have, you guys are probably wrapping around those too.
They are eggs. They are eggs of quilt.
No, you basically need like fur lined type of stuff.
Arvio's already donated his jacket to Umima, but he doesn't have any fat to insulate him, so he's just everything sucks.
Alright, so you guys set out from this little overhang you were camped under and continue marching up the side of the mountain in the snow. Zilmorn guiding and directing you, assuring you that it's not too much further. Eventually, you come up over a saddle in the mountain, and you can see it slopes down, and then there's just this giant ravine between the two sides. And as you're all kind of standing there looking at this ravine, you gaze over to the right, and you notice what looks like a wooden bridge, very small, that stretches across this probably about 200, 300 foot long or wide ravine between these mountains.
All right, I'll cross the bridge. I'll look at the bridge.
Okay, you guys gonna approach the bridge?
Yeah.
Sure,
Okay.
why not?
Yep,
As
making our way over there.
Yes? What was that?
I said, yeah, we're just gonna make our way over there.
Okay, as you start walking down towards this bridge, you kind of get this eerie feeling and this smell of iron. It's just very strong in the air as you're getting closer and closer to it. And eventually you see this person kind of just look like they pulled themselves out from under one side of the bridge. They're hunched over. They got a bunch of fur and stuff on them. They're holding the staff. He got this like long, scraggly hair, and he holds up his hand and says, "Stop! Who crosses the bridge of death? Must answer me these questions as three. Ere the other side, they'll see."
Wait, did you just crawl up from under? Were you hanging down there?
Yes, this is my home.
How long were you waiting down there?
Does he look like a troll?
When you say how long you've been waiting down here, he says, "This is where I live. I'm the keeper of the bridge of death." No, it does not look like a troll. It looks like a very old, deformed human.
You're just kind of like look over the edge, like trying to see if he has like a net, like
I'll
under it.
I'll answer your questions.
All right, what is your name?
My name is Ava Tresk.
What is your quest?
Oh, that rhymed.
I'm following these guys.
Hey.
What is your favorite color?
Oh no.
Green.
All right, across you go.
I'm going.
Okay.
I know this.
I guess I'll step up next.
Okay, you step up next. What is your name? What is your quest?
To get my child and my love at his safety.
What is your least favorite color?
Pink.
All right, across you go.
Fuck you! I knew you were gonna do it.
Okay, so two of you have now crossed this bridge. The bridge is actually in amazing shape. And Arvio, as you're crossing, you kind of look over, and you can see that there's like steps that kind of go down and duck underneath the bridge.
Oh, that's cute.
He stands there looking at the rest of you standing on.
I'll step forward.
What is your name?
Philip Greenwood.
What is your quest?
To assist my companions.
And what is the capital of Syria?
Fuck off!
I did not. I have not heard of this country.
I have an idea. DM,
Do
can I
you
do
say that, Philip?
Can I roll history check?
Can I also roll a history check?
I'm just curious. Do you say out loud, Philip, that you don't know?
I feel like Philip would say that he have not heard of such country.
Okay, you guys all watch as Philip goes flying up in the
Yep.
air and backwards away from the bridge and slams
Mhm.
into the snowy stone. And you will take 14, 15, 17 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the stone.
Holy shit.
You are still on that side of the bridge. You have
I
not
know.
crossed over. You did not fall into a pit and die. You just got flung back and took a bunch of damage.
Okay. Let's see.
Would you like to try one?
You know what? I actually feel like my dog would get really upset at this.
I think we should try to get the Arvios family over first.
I agree.
Oh my god, I just realized something. My son doesn't fucking talk.
Yeah, congratulations,
Oh,
you
no!
retard.
I didn't think about that!
It's gonna be fun. Can't wait.
RVO is like, oh yeah, it's like, dot. Oh, fuck. Just casts fly on himself, the wings just slowly come out.
Do you cast fly?
Yeah, I kind of keep it on the down low. I'm like warming my hands a little bit. Then it's like suddenly just go. Yeah, I do cast fly.
Okay, as you go to cast the spell, you notice that your spell just fizzles out.
Can I do an Arcana check to figure out why that would be?
Sure.
What is it? Tell me now.
So as you were standing there, you recall that iron, the smell, taste of iron, is a very strong indicator of magic in this world. And you get a sense that there is some kind of strong magic here that is so powerful that even before you're like actually reaching out magically to check it, you can already feel its presence. And seeing how your spell dissipated, you have a sense that whatever this enchantment over this area is, had to do with that.
Okay. Shit, that's my entire moveset pretty much out the fucking window. Do I have any skills that can help with that?
The old man's just sitting there watching the rest of you as you watch Ava and Arvio. Well, Arvio, I guess, has stopped at this point, but Ava continued to the other side and see Philip kind of just getting up and brushing himself off.
I can imagine the dog started growling and like being really hostile towards them right now. Does he do anything with the dog?
No, he takes no notice of the dog.
Okay. I'm not commanding him to attack yet.
All right. Well, he's sitting there just waiting for the rest of you.
I still think we should have the women and children go.
Kind of gesture for Mima and Dymac to get ready to cross.
Mima kind of looks back at Philip and says, I think you should go ahead.
How about we cross together?
I do not know if it works that way.
Well, we can ask. Or certainly try. I'm just worried about your son not crossing.
I would say we would cross that bridge when we get to it, but I'm not too
You're at that bridge.
Right.
eager to experiment with my son right now. Not knowing
That's fine.
what's going on.
Then I shall wait until you're ready to go.
Arvio is on the other side of this bridge looking kind of anxious.
Well, anyone else wish to cross?
I'll cross.
Step up to him.
Yeah, step up to the thing.
Welcome. What is your name?
I am Grim Grayscale.
What is your quest?
My quest is to become a knight.
What is the weight of a fully grown blue whale?
Don't know what a blue whale is.
All right, you all watch as Grim starts flying backwards through the air and landing next to Philip in the rocky snow.
I have an oh no, that's not gonna work.
13, 16, 18, 19 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the rocky snowbank right next to Philip.
I feel like at this point I'm standing up, so I'll offer you a hand to stand up, Grim.
Fuck it, I'll go.
I'll extend my hand.
Okay, guys, I have an idea.
I'm already going.
I know, but but Arby was taking out one of his books and is starting to write in it.
Right.
He's ready to write something.
As you're writing in it, he will say, "What is your name?
LIX.
What is your quest?
Define purpose.
What is the airspeed velocity of an unburdened swallow?"
I would like to do an intelligence check.
22 miles per hour.
You do an intelligence check? Go for it.
I would like to figure that out really quickly and like hold up the answer. Because I'm the smartest. Fuck! I don't know. I don't answer fast enough.
I say 22 miles per hour.
"22 miles per hour."
And I'm getting
Okay.
ready for the launch, and if once it goes, I'm gonna jam my sword into the bridge.
All right. He says, "All right, you can go across."
I'll walk across.
All right, you guys, being a big bridge, not exactly being able to hear things, you will watch Zilmorn step up. And he is going to, I will roll for him. All right. There's some transaction that goes on between Zilmorn and this person, and then you watch as Zilmorn starts walking across this bridge.
Did we see it as a conversation, or that he just passed money over? What did he do?
No, you watch him talk. I guess you would have heard it, Lex. You just ask him a couple of questions, and he answers them. And he says, "All right, you can cross."
Grim gets back up after Philip helping him, walks back up to him again.
All right. He says, "Back for more. What is your name?
Name is Grim Grayscale.
What is your quest?
To become a knight.
What is the speed of a deer?"
30 miles an hour.
I was about to say, make intelligence. I feel like that's something Philip might have known.
30 miles an hour? All right, you get flung back up in the air.
That was just the first thing that popped in my head.
Was I right on the swallow thing?
Yep.
I just guessed.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, okay, so here was the thing. I had a hypothesis because it was very obvious that you just fucking guessed. But Arby was like, wait, you just have to give a number? And that and what just happened basically blew that theory out of the fucking one.
You'll take 9 points of bludgeoning damage and you get flung back.
It's just...
I'll go up to the gentleman and ask him. We have a person that's mute. Is that going to be a problem?
All right, you walk up to him and you ask him the question if this mute person is going to be a problem. And he says, "Who's mute?" And you watch as he answers unsurely a question, and he gets flung up into the air and falls down. down into the crevice in between.
Wow, I hate that.
I guess none of you guys have watched Monty Python and know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I knew it.
I haven't watched it.
The moment you said there's a guy showing out of nowhere by the bridge, I was like, oh no, he's making this. Oh.
You're supposed to ask him a question when he questions you.
Like what type of deer, or what type of swallow, African or European, something like that. But he just asked the question, and he got flung off the bridge. So you guys are all now standing there with nobody guarding this bridge.
Run!
Well, let's go. Before I merge this again.
I'm just on the other end, like with a bunch of really fast math going on, because I was trying to calculate it before people could answer, and now I see this fucker go off the side of the bridge, and Arvio was just sort of eyes wide, like I can't believe that was the fucking answer. He's just in shock. Like this is what it was.
Kind of remembered that the last second. It's been a long time since I saw that.
All right, but the two of you, well, I guess the four of you on the other side, you all make a mad dash across the bridge. Nothing happens to you. You still sense this presence in the air, though, the smell and the taste of iron, leading you to believe heavily that there's magic in this area. But now you're on the other side. You wish to continue?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to go search his camp real quick.
All right, so you walk back across the other side of the bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you walk back and you head down the side, and you see those wooden steps that lead back underneath. And you follow them down, and there's just this hole in the side of the I guess the cliff here, and well, like a little cave, and you walk into it and you just see like this little tiny fire sitting there, a little table, a bedroll that's rolled out, and a sack.
What's in the sack, and is there any extra clothes or warm stuff?
You do not see any warm stuff. When you open the sack, you see that it is packed full of cabbages.
I will take
Question.
the sack full of cabbages.
Did we see Ava run off?
Yeah, they weren't trying to sneak, so you watched Ava walk back across.
Alrighty.
Eventually,
And then I come
Ava
back.
will come back out with a big sack that's about half the size of a person.
I'll ask Ava, what are you doing?
I'm still on the bridge, and I will ask the same thing.
There's a bunch of cabbages. I mean, don't you guys want to eat?
Is that what
That's
she
right.
was doing?
So
You
you're
roll
stealing now.
insight.
Is it really stealing if the person's dead?
He's not dead. We don't know that.
He fell down the
I'm-
bridge.
I look down the side. I'm not sure anybody can survive that.
Are you like mid-eating a cabbage? Because that would be the best place.
Yeah, probably
Yeah, and
is.
I take out a head of cabbage and I'm munching on it.
Oh, let me smell it.
You guys do remember, those of you who killed it, that you have like a lot of deer meat.
Yep.
But Ava wishes to take the cabbages, she can take them.
Yeah,
So,
now
you
we have
walk-
a much rounder diet.
Yep. As you walk back across Ava, you now have can add a giant sack of cabbages to your inventory.
You know about how much it weighs?
I'll say probably like 15 pounds.
Alrighty. 15 pounds of cabbages.
That's a lot of cabbages.
It is.
Yep, big bag.
My cabbages!
Alright, so Zilmorn ushers you on, making notes, writing a bunch of stuff down in his book, talking about how I've never seen any notes of this anywhere. This is very interesting. Anyways, not too much further, and he turns and just keeps trudging along.
While we're moving on and I'm gathering up my fucking papers, can I kind of do any sort of check to see if I can ascertain what the source of this magic could be?
Do you have spells you have to cast to do that?
I'm being as a spell failed. I'm not even going to try that. I'm just going to do my raw knowledge of Arcana, and
Well, going off what you already rolled, then I would say you could come to the conclusion that it was when you cast your spell, you felt some kind of abjuration magic that happened that seemed to cancel it out.
okay. So hang on. I'm sorry. I might be misunderstanding something. Was from that check? Are you trying to tell me that the area around here is super magical and might be imbued with abjuration magic, or are you just trying to tell me I got counterspell?
Well, you were trying to see what was going out, so you kind of reached out with that check, and you could tell that this area was very saturated with magic. If you're trying to figure out what exactly happened to you, you felt some kind of surge of like abjuration magic that would you basically got counterspelled.
All right.
But to know what's actually going on in this area, you would have to like cast your spell that lets you like see that kind of stuff.
Cool. I attempt to cast detect magic.
All right, your detect magic spell does go through.
Nope.
Allow me to just read it over here real quick. So you set the presence. So yeah, it's within 30 feet of you as you move. It just seems to be everywhere. This place just reeks of it. School of magic, you seem to get a lot of different schools of magic, and it seems to be some kind of reactive magic. So you get the feeling that whatever's here was designed that when certain things happen that they don't want to happen, then it reacts to whatever happens.
So it's sort of like I can kind of make the assumption that somebody came through here, have really, really heavily enchanted this place. And yeah okay. Cool.
So basically, you make out like if you tried to cast a fireball, it would probably get something would happen with that, or if you tried to like you did fly, something might happen to that. But things that aren't so threatening, like detect magic, doesn't seem to be any counter reactions to that.
Curious. Okay. I'll return to the rest of the party.
All right.
After making my assertions and scanning.
Yeah, this is seems a very complex area to you. Kind of bewilders you just a little bit. But you guys continue on. You traveled probably a good part of the morning before you got to this, and then continuing onwards for the rest of the day. You can mark off what foods you need to mark off, or water, I guess, since you have a lot of deer and cabbage now.
Hey Ava, may I partake in the cabbage? Actually, can we all? And I kind of motion to my family. Who feels like cabbage, along with deer meat? It's like a paper plate that you can eat.
Your mama says you could roll up the meat in it and eat it.
That's true. I wonder if that goes with salt. It probably does. May I please? I turn back to Ava. Cabbage, please.
I hand you a cabbage.
Thank you. I go preparing. I go and prepare deer meat wrapped in cabbage with a touch of salt for my family.
Are we setting up camp? I'm assuming, right?
No, this would be a little pit stop. It's like
Gotcha.
a little past noon. Be more like 1 or 2 if you guys want to take a little stop to eat. It is barren up here. There's no plant life whatsoever. Just a bunch of rocks and crags and mountain peaks and all that kind of stuff, and lots of snow. You guys have managed so far to walk up to your knees in it. some of you probably helping the child get through, probably even helping the gnome get through. But you all take a little breather, eat lunch,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
and then you continue on afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah,
After
we might
everyone's
as well.
ready.
All right. So as you all finish eating your cabbage wrapped venison, you continue onwards. You come over this kind of rocky shoulder of the mountains, and before you see this bowl, this giant, open area, and you see this something very tall right in the middle of it that goes up hundreds and hundreds of feet. I think this might be it, guys.
Oh, it looks like a tower. Does it smell like a tower?
Man, are you still eating?
There's a lot of cabbage. That's like a whole pack of it.
Sorry, I'm hungry.
It might not be healthy for you. It might cause a blockage, but if you want to smell the tower, we have to get closer. But I think we're finally there. A little odd, though. I don't see any airships or anything.
Also, Ava, cabbage I think is like 80% water. You've eaten like 3 today. I'm a bit concerned.
I'm surprised they're just not leaking everywhere right now.
Yeah.
No,
But let's go
onward.
investigate this tower.
All right, so Zilmorn starts trudging down the steep, snowy side down towards this object. As it gets closer and closer, you guys catch on to what Zilmorn has said, that there's no flying ships here. You see that there's this giant metal cylinder-like tower that just stretches up in the, like I said, couple hundred feet. And then at the top, you do see some kind of things that come out that you might imagine to be some kind of dock. It resembles docks. As you get closer and closer, though, you notice that the ground all around here seems to be scorched.
This doesn't look good.
No.
Can I check to see how long it's been
Supposed to look
scorched for?
I'd like to investigate it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can give me investigation checks. Well, I guess if you're trying to do
I can
like
just
a
help
nature
Ava.
check or something.
I'm gonna detect magic. I'm basically looking for arcane landmines.
Okay. Ava, you are looking around and you can definitely tell that something has happened. The ground is burned. Parts of the tower look like they have burn marks on them. You can see shafts of like broken spears and stuff laying in the ground too. They look very crudely made. As you cast your detect magic, you don't notice anything, Arvio, until you get about 30 feet from the tower, and you notice that like the tower is just giving off a glow of magic.
Yep, this is the place.
This doesn't seem so good there, Zilmorn.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said this doesn't seem good.
No, this is it's actually quite troubling.
I'm gonna pull out my sword and shield and start going around the tower and trying to scope in.
All right, there is a door to the tower. Zilmorn will walk up to it and he'll hammer on it, and stands there for a couple minutes, and there's no response.
So out of curiosity, Zilmorn, your tower is supposed to be glowing with all the magic of the weave right now, yes?
No, well, there's lots of magical things inside, and I wouldn't be surprised if they even enchant the metal.
I'm
He
wondering if they should detect, if they should probably put in some anti-divination magic, because this is blinding.
Well, he pounds on the door again, and standing there. That's I could suggest it to him.
That would be wise. It also could be a good way to keep projects under wraps.
Yes, that's actually a good idea. And as he says that, you hear a slam come from the door, and you see this part of it got moved over, and you see this little face peering out, and he's, Who's there? Who is it? I told you we ain't gonna give you anything. Oh, wait, who are you? You're not the kobolds.
Well, now we know where the fires came from.
Kobold?
Yeah,
What are
that's
kobolds?
We're here to escort Zilmorn here back to his tower. Can we come inside?
Yes, they helped me get here. And he looks down. He kind of has to stick his head out a little bit to see Zilmor, and he's like, "You brought outsiders here? You know that they're not allowed in the towers." Well, they were supposed to just bring me here. And he turns around to you guys. So I guess, are you going to be heading back, or?
I mean, I was hoping to catch a ship. But...
There's no ships here. There hasn't been any for a while.
What
Dragon's
happened?
been keeping them away.
There's a dragon.
Dragon? Did you say dragon?
Yes.
There's a dragon. Wait, is it a he or a she?
Don't know, don't care. Comes and wants all our stuff. It can't get inside the tower, but it keeps trying.
Out of
Been keeping
character,
theirs.
I was talking to the DM as to whether or not I'm talking to a man or a woman on the other side of the story right now.
This is a man, very clearly.
Okay, cool. Because otherwise that's a really fucking stupid question. Why does it matter? It's like, well, we could potentially kill the dragon. If you could help us secure a way out of here, a win-win.
You're not supposed to even be here. You're gonna get in so much trouble with the Arthur, Zilmorn. And he's like, well, can I talk to him? He's like, oh, I can't let your friends in, but if you want to come in, is that okay with you guys? If I go talk to the author?
I mean, we don't really have a choice, do we?
Yeah, we're not going to try to bust in.
Could you ask if they have any coats while you're there?
I mean, I don't think they have any that'll fit us.
He turns back around to the Zilmorn, turns back around to the gnome, sticking his face out through the hole, and he's it's really cold. We didn't bring anything. You think you can help my friends? And we don't have any. I guess I can do something. Hold on, and you hear
if you could at least find us, if nothing else, at least find a small coat.
Well, as you're halfway through that sentence, like the thing slams, and then all of a sudden this little tiny door, just big enough. There's a really big door. It's obviously tall enough that they can get stuff in and out of it, that you guys could all fit through. And then there's a little tiny door built into that he opens up. Yeah, it's like a doggy door, and he opens it up and he walks out and closes it behind. He walks over and says, well, I can do this for you. And he, let me look this up real quick.
I do have a question.
Okay, he takes a miniature portal that looks to be made of ivory, and he sets it down with a piece of polished marble, and then he also takes out a tiny silver spoon, and he kind of waves that over it, and as he's waving it over, he's saying something, and all of a sudden this doorway appears, and he's like, there you go, you can stay warm in there, last 24 hours, knock yourself out. What's your question? Wait, what are you? I didn't know gold.
Well,
is this yours? And he points to Zilmor, and he's like, no, I met him. He's one of the Warforged. And he just kind of turns and looks up at you and has like this very odd look on his face, and he's silent.
Yeah, I did have a question to the gnome. I had a question for the DM, and that answered it.
I'm actually I'm actually gonna do an Arcana check to see what this dude just casted before anybody walks
What is
into
this thing?
Go for it. Do you ask what is this?
Yeah, I asked before he's trying to think about it.
Well, he's sitting there, and you can tell Arvio is deep in thought. And you ask what it is. He says, it's just a little shelter. And Arvio, as he says that, you come to the conclusion, thinking back on your studies, that what he did right now was probably cast Mordecai in this magnificent mansion.
Well, I walk
so
in.
you're like, oh yeah, it's. Well, okay.
I'll thank the gnome for his hospitality, and I'll walk in.
You, and he points at Zilmorn. We gotta go. You're gonna be in big trouble. And he turns around, just starts marching towards the little doggy door again, opens it up, and stands aside for Zilmorn to walk in.
All I can think of during this out of character is like the Willow.
What?
Warwick Davis and stuff.
So you guys head into this doorway?
Yep.
Yeah. Lex is already in.
Yeah.
All right. You guys step in. You know, Arvio, now you've kind of recalled the spell. You're thinking about the spell is that you can basically kind of make this whatever you want to make it. And you can make it very luxurious and grand, and pretty much where he gets his namesake from. You can make it into a nice mansion. You guys step into a like 7x7 size room with a couple pillows on the floor, a little fire sitting opposite of you, and then like a table that has a little bit of food on it. But it is nice and warm in here.
Oh,
How tall?
still an improvement.
Like the ceiling.
Ceiling's probably about like 9 feet tall.
A little claustrophobic, but good enough.
It keeps us out of the cold.
This
Yeah.
is true.
Enough room for all of you to sit in there. You may be close quarters, but you find yourself a pillow to sit on, and there's food on the table as you examine
Well,
the food. Go ahead.
I got a question for everybody. What do we do?
Well, we're waiting for Zilmorn at this moment.
I know, but they have a problem. Do we want to meddle with this?
The way as I see it, we could potentially use this to our advantage. They technically haven't been getting any ships in, but we all would like a ship to GTFO. So, being as we are technically a group of capable adventurers,
I don't know about that, but yeah.
I'm trying. Help me help you, Grim. Just we could take care of their problem. Potentially get a little something out of the deal, as they do also have an entire tower filled with magic goodies. That if a ship can't help us, they probably have something that can.
We're not allowed in there though, still though.
Yeah.
That it? Yes. But and the difficult part will be loosening the gears a little bit, just because they definitely seem to be wary of outsiders. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave that one up to Zilmorn.
Sorry, I misspoke. It is. It's not 7x7. 17 by 17 feet. A little more.
That's so much more room. That's
Yes.
that's a lot more room.
Because I was gonna say 7x7, we're stacking it on top of each other.
Nope.
Yeah, you won't even be able to sit down. No, I just misspoke. But you guys can continue. There is some berries and some bread and some cheese and a pitcher of water sitting on the small table. You watch as Dymic runs over and starts eating a bunch of cheese.
The reason why I'm asking is that if we can somehow make a deal with them, allowing us to use a ship to get us to place, that would cut our travel time quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they're just gonna let us borrow their technology.
Probably not. But if we
Maybe.
can somehow talk to Zilmorn, if he's wishing to come with us, he seems like he wants to adventure more about the outside world. From what he's told me, he loves to draw maps. That could be some thing to help him with.
Yes, he's definitely a cartographer. Honestly, it's just going to have. We can come out with all the plans we want, but it's pretty useless until Zilmorn's here and he can give us a better idea of the situation.
Yeah, but we know there's a problem. We can potentially take care of it.
Well, there's two problems.
Yeah.
Being the ship and the dragon.
And the Kobolds.
Yeah, the Kobolds are another problem too.
I have a feeling that we might be taking care of them along with the dragon, considering how they tend to work.
We don't even know what type of dragon either. Or if it
No.
can be persuaded or whatever, talk to, you know.
Well, okay. Let me think. A type of dragon that would be meddling up in the mountain. It looks like it uses fire, but we can't be too sure that can't be lightning. Can I do an Arcana check?
Yeah, if you want to step back outside and look at it again.
It's like, I'll be right back. I'm going to check that out a little bit more, see what I can find. I'm going to step back out.
I forgot. I also put my sword and shield away before I walked in here, too. Before they started talking.
Okay.
I'm going to go take a look at it, see what I can't find out, see if I can't figure out what we're dealing with here.
I'll be behind you. I'm just going to poke my head out and watch you.
Alright.
You can give me an investigation check, already having spent your Arcana check on this area. Yeah, so you're looking it over, and as you kind of rub some of your hands on the larger stones that look scorched, you kind of pull off some kind of silt or film to them, and you come to the conclusion this is probably fire-based.
Okay,
Then I tell her, hey, what's this over there?
What?
Hey, Arvio, what's that over there? No, I'll point like to your left.
I kind of narrow my eyes at you, like, what do you tell? I already checked. I look over real quick and then like look back at you. Like,
Made you look, and I go back inside.
I hate you. I'm going to kill you in your sleep.
We just see Grib laughing as he's walking back inside.
I love their existence! Anyway. Do I find any... Weird question. This is going to be super niche. Judging by the power of these flames, Arvia was under the assumption that maybe dragons, their breath weapon grows more powerful as they grow older, and maybe considering their size, it might be wider in scale. Could I actually try to determine the size of this dragon from like what's being affected here and how hot these flames look to have been? I know it's a stretch.
Yeah, the scorch marks are all over the place, so they kind of mingle with each other. It's hard for you to determine that. Going off your Arcana check you did earlier, I would say that you would know dragons usually can't use their breath weapons efficiently until they get to like being young dragons out of the wormling stage. So you're definitely dealing with something you can conclude that's probably about 10 years or older.
Okay, well that's a
You also know that dragons, because dragons aren't that secretive in this world, you would know that they age very slowly. It takes them like hundreds of years to get to like being adult sized.
And it doesn't look to have made land anywhere. Like it was definitely only flying, so I can't get a footprint.
Yeah, there's no footprint. I would say with your 27 investigation, the damage does not seem like some massive creature did it.
Okay. I'm going to come back in. Okay, so we're dealing with a fire breather. Obviously, it's definitely not lightning. Judging from what I've seen, I would guess that the kobolds are definitely working with it, and I know it's probably not that big, but it's definitely older than 10 years, so it might actually be a little bit of a challenge for us.
Are you the Dragon Whisperer?
No, I'm just really fucking smart.
I don't know.
You are a studied man.
Yes. I'm the smartest one here.
Read those tree things books.
What? Breathe. Breathe. Just called books tree things. Okay, so I think the main thing we're gonna have to worry about is the kobolds, honestly, because those guys can definitely get very crafty, and it doesn't terribly surprise me that they're attacking the tower. that probably, if I had to guess, trying to raid places and gather things for the Horde, specifically the Dragon Horde, which is why they saw this very nice tower. I don't know if they can detect magic, but maybe some of them can. Probably saw this and wanted to get out whatever was inside.
You talking
So,
to
yeah.
yourself again?
I'm deducing, yes. I'm talking to all of you, but yes.
So it looks like you're talking at us, not to us.
Okay.
It sounded good to me, you mimesis.
Thank you. Thank you, honey.
What time is it? Or how late is it, I should say?
I was like heading into evening when you guys got here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go set up over here.
In the background, giving two thumbs up.
He turns and says to Dymax, "See, your father is a very smart man. This is why you should read your books."
Yes, read your books. Be smart like your father. As Ava rolls her eyes.
Don't try to be you shit. Anyway, moving on.
She gives you a sideways, scornful look.
That feel when you realize your character is a source of pretty much all the inter-party drama. Oh no. Okay. So.
All right. So you guys have any more conversations? 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask.
Eventually, you've been sitting here for an hour, and Zilmar is not back.
I'm going to kind of spend my time after my fantastic deductions because I am super smart. Hang out with Dymek.
I'm going to talk to Philip.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hey, Philip.
Yeah.
I got a. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You're
Actually,
good.
let
You're
that
good with
introduce-
crafting wood things, right?
I was about to actually say that after our speech, Philip would probably just like sit and continue working on his little crab. So, you could say that.
I got this piece of wood. Can you craft a bear for me out of it?
Yeah, it shouldn't take much time, but it's a fairly simple to craft.
Oh, I forgot about that. I have a question for this. Anyway.
Well, I give you like a decent sized chunk of wood. It
Alright.
doesn't have to be too big, like fit in the palm of my hand. I know this is too big, but it's all I
it's
can
fine.
find. I appreciate that.
No worries, it should be done, well, if I have some time to work on it, should be done within 2 or 3 days.
Appreciate it.
And I continue working on the crab.
And
Alright.
speaking of that, while we're waiting in the room, Arvio, while he's hanging out with his son, is like, I picked something up for you while I was back at home. I didn't know if you had any toys, but I saw this and I thought you might like it a little bit. I had a feeling. And I take out like the little toy crab with all of its moving joy. I admittedly have no idea what you like. So if you don't like it, I guess you don't have to keep it. I'm gonna give you the tiny crab.
Yeah, you hand it to him, and he takes it, and he kind of looks it over, seems puzzled a little bit, doesn't say anything, but you notice he kind of like starts like putting it on the floor and like moving it up and down to see its joints move and stuff, and seems to be walking around with it. Does not show a lot of sign of joy or enthusiasm, but does seem to be playing with it.
I'm just kind of worried about him because he's still not smart.
While that's happening, Lex Motion is going to he's going to say, so if we cannot get on one of these flying ships, what is your plan now?
The same thing as what we were doing before.
And he turns and looks over at the rest of them. He's not trying to be quiet. But he says, do we go with them? It seems the one who troubled you is gone. I guess I should say, will you have them come with us?
That's their decision to make.
He just nods his head, and he'll go back to eating. And he'll kind of, after a couple bites, he'll say, well, whatever you wish, I shall follow you.
Thank you.
But the rest of you, Ava, anything you wish to do?
No.
All right, you guys sit here for a good 2.5 hours before eventually the door opens and you can see it's pretty dusky outside, getting really dark. And in steps Zilmorn. Well, that was interesting.
Sorry to get you in trouble.
What's the 411?
Well, if they have proposition to make with you, I'm in a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, I will not be able to assist you, but they, after talking to the author, he has agreed to let you in to the tower if you will help with the dragon. He thinks that there is somebody there who may know some teleportation magic if you wish to get somewhere.
Fantastic. I feel as though that could be done. How do the rest of you feel about this?
Well, we need to know more about this dragon.
True.
Zomorn, was there any talk about possibly using a ship?
Well, ships are usually barter with those who fly them, and there's none here. But if you are willing to take care of this dragon and earn the trust that you will do something for the betterment of our people, then we could try to get somewhere where there is a ship. But as it is now, they won't let you in unless you do this. So it's basically, if you wish to help and earn their trust, or I guess head back, I can give you my map. Well, one of them.
Nah, this seems like pretty much the best deal we're gonna get. Is there any room for Omaima and Dymek in the tower? I don't feel comfortable bringing them with us on this, obviously.
Well, you could leave them here. This is a 24-hour shelter. They'd be safe in here.
Fantastic, thank you.
You would know from having done your Arcana check that I believe you believe that only creatures allowed in can get in. So,
well, he did say we, so we'll find out.
We're sorry that we have gotten you in trouble, Zomorn. That was not our intention, but at least you're back where you belong.
Indeed, I appreciate the help. I mean, if I would love to travel with you guys if you're gonna go far. It's kind of my life goal to draw maps of everywhere and improve on the ones we have.
Well, we're going north. Do you have any interest in cooler climates?
Sadly,
yeah.
I think he's currently. Oh, never mind. Scratch that.
My last task was to come down here and I was moving some supplies and trying to draw maps of the places I flew over. I didn't really have plans past that, and I don't have an airship anymore. So if we find one that I can get on, I'd be happy again.
That would be cool.
Well, my question to everybody here now is if we're planning on going north, would you care to help me out finish my task that I need to do with this artifact?
What do you need to do with
Is
the
your other
artifact?
piece north?
No, it's to the east.
Ugh.
Basically in the same direction we just came.
I don't mind. It's since we're already being watched and followed. I still don't think we're strong enough to go back to where we need to anyways to break our bonds.
Not yet.
Yeah. That's why I'm thinking perhaps this artifact will help us with this task that we need to be done.
I also felt weird during those battles too, like not myself, not at full strength.
Which battles? The demon battles?
A lot of them. The last couple weeks.
You've definitely been different in battle. I haven't been able to put my finger on it, though.
I feel more weak. Trying to dodge.
Yeah.
It's probably because you've been spending it trying to get me to do push-ups. I'm probably hurting you. It's definitely my fault.
I doubt it.
Well, if it gets
pass
worse,
everything
let us
on you.
know, Grim.
I'm eating into his trading schedule. I'm stealing.
Has anybody else been feeling this?
Negatory. I mean, I guess if I got any physically weaker, I'd just be dead. So, you know.
Point. Well, I guess we need to go talk to this author.
No, he sent me to be the in between. If you're gonna kill the dragon, it's a couple ridge lines to the east of here, and
Do they know what type of dragon it is? How old it is?
Yeah, the details.
They said that it's was a smaller one, red scales, so you know a red dragon.
That's
And
doable.
what was the
would show up and destroy the golem, so they kind of just sheltered in place. They don't seem to be able to break into the tower.
Okay. And then you said it's what, a couple of ridge lines to the north here? Or east?
To the east. Yes, to the east. They've had sent one party out. Half of them came back. And he kind of takes out one of his maps and shows you where it would be.
What are we looking for here? Like open cave, cavern?
Yes, there's a cave entrance. It's pretty noticeable. There's piles of garbage outside of it.
Okay.
Apparently, the scout said you could smell it before you could see it.
Gotcha. How big is the kobold?
They're not really sure. They don't know how many are inside the cave. They said not many showed up here to attack this place.
Alright. Well, I'm willing to do this task if it means that I can potentially get myself a ship to travel. Teleportation doesn't seem like it's a good choice for me at the moment.
I wouldn't mind going face to face with the dragon.
Well, if you're gonna set out on this, I'll head back in and let them know. You gonna go now or wait until first light?
I think we will wait probably for first light, but everybody else here hasn't really agreed to anything. The only person that has was Ava and I. Arvio, what do you think?
I'm willing to do this.
Grim?
How do you feel about us taking some of the potential hoard? He hasn't stolen from you guys, has it? Do you have any knickknacks that you want returned while we're out there?
No, the dragon kept demanding stuff, but they never got any. As far as the horde goes, the author didn't seem to tell us anything about that, or tell me anything about that. I think they
Okay.
just want the dragon gone.
Well, that sounds like a free-for-all.
Well, let's go take care of this dragon.
So you're in, Grim. What about you, Philip?
Philip just kind of looks at Aravio and then looks at the figurine and it's like, sure, it's not like I have places to be.
I guess we're all in agreement here.
Should I do an insight check on that? I'm gonna
You
do
can.
an insight check.
All right.
Did we discuss something and I just forgot?
Oh yeah, we did. I do remember.
It's been a month. I'm sorry if that was. I really don't remember. But
Okay, I'll tell you what. If you roll insight and you roll, I'm gonna say 17 or over. I'm gonna remind you.
Wow, 17 or over?
Yeah, because it was kind
I
of
rolled
like
a 15
1-1.
plus 6. Tell me, you fuck.
Okay. You remember that abandoned town we fought the devils with? Philip asked you to follow him in the alley, and we discussed the fact that Philip feels uneasy waiting and is considering going out on his own after completing Zilmor's quest.
Oh, I remember this now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I actually forgot because it's been a month. I'm so sorry.
It's cool. You rolled high enough.
Okay. I was like, I do like a pause. It's like, Zomboid, I have a question. one question. Another thing that could potentially be helpful, to get out of this is potentially would be nice. A book on extraplanar travel, or some foundations of extraplanar travel. Really, a conjuration book on the basics, foundations of conjuration, because I need to get started on something. I say very loudly at Philip.
Arvio,
Yeah.
I would say let's earn the trust of these people before we ask that type of question.
After they finish, Philip would ask them, will we get any further assistance from them? Any supplies, any tools, maybe some weaponry just to help us deal with this dragon?
They don't really have anything that they'd be willing to give. And as far as books goes, I mean, this is a library. There's plenty of books here.
Do I have to check something out? Do I have to return it?
I don't think they would let you leave one of their books. No.
I can take good notes. Okay. you can see the fucking calculation go. I can fucking speed read.
Mushin, I would like you to stay here with them.
This room?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Zilmorn, could you just do me a personal favor and just check up on these 3 while we're gone?
I can try.
Okay.
I have some things to do, apparently.
Not surprising.
They're not too happy I brought outsiders to one of our outposts. I'll just leave it at that.
It's not like we remember where this is at. We just know it's here.
Yes, but it's against our nature. I should have known better, but I was kind of living in the moment. Anyways, I will go let him know.
Did you
yeah.
get to the anti-divination idea, or were you too busy? Or was it not that kind of conversation? Was it not the environment?
Yeah, I was more of trying to convince him to let you guys in.
Later then.
This is a start. Being able to stay out of the cold is more than enough. But I would like to ask if we can put this up again tomorrow for these 3. If possible.
I can tell the doorkeeper. It should last. I think he said it was 24 hours. So
Hmm.
as long as you're there and back by then. But I will let him know.
Thank you. And again, we're sorry that we caused trouble for you.
No, it was better than dying in the middle of a desert. So
True.
he just kind of shrugs. You can tell that he's very melancholy about everything right now.
All around me.
He got his ass chewed out, so he's like, all right, what else could happen to me?
Pretty much. But he turns and heads out the door. Gives you all a final wave. Says he'll come back out. Or as he's leaving, he says I'll come out tomorrow about the same time. See if you've come back.
That was cool.
Have any
Thanks.
word?
You're welcome, bro.
Sounds
Thank
good to
you.
me.
So what the hell do I have from a red fucking dragon? I was like, start flipping through my deck. I have finished.
Right. So yeah, you guys are now left alone within this spacious room with food in it. Said you were all gonna wait until the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, at your leisure. You can take a long rest. I don't know if there's any conversations that go on, but
I'm going to ask Amima something. Just kind of while Dymek may or may not be getting a refill on cheese. Avia's just gonna kind of lean over. It's like, so do we have any idea what we're going to do about our son being mute? Because I've been thinking about that, and I have no idea where to start.
I have no idea. He had been learning to talk up until everything happened. I think it's more of maybe a trauma he needs to get over.
Okay, well,
A lot of things happen pretty fast. He's seen a lot of things for someone his age too. It was not a pleasant journey.
okay. Do you think he just needs time, or should I be doing something that I'm not doing right now? I'm lost.
She shrugs her shoulders and says, "I'm not really one of mind reading, especially that's of 2-year-old."
I mean,
But
technically I could do that, but I'm not going to.
I don't think it would hurt to continue just being fatherly to him.
Okay, just making sure. That's it. We can move on.
Yep. Anybody else do anything? You guys just go on your long rest
I
and wake up.
will start working on Grimm's Bear.
I'll be going to bed.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and take a 10-minute break as you guys kind of like reset your characters. So, see you all in 10.
All right.
I will now go obtain bread. Again, I'm very sorry, Phil.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Oh, by
Yeah.
the way, where did you get the crab again? Because I thought I was making one for you, to be honest.
I got it at Torrid.
Yeah,
Oh.
You're making one off of a whim. Apparently.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
no. For some reason, I thought I was making it for you. But it's
No,
cool.
no, no. I remember it.
Okay, that's fine.
We're all a bit lost. We're all a bit lost. I thought I was playing a paladin this campaign. Apparently not.
Wait, you're playing a paladin? I thought I'm playing a wizard.
Oh, what the fuck? I mean, I say this was barbarian, but shit, dude. Actually, what?
Good thing I'm playing bard.
Is this so weird? I'm calling the police. This is fucked. I've loved that Arvio's first real line from coming back in season 2 is, "Holy fuck, do you live under the bridge? Where did you come from?" I'll call a video. You know, when I started playing the Diviner Wizard, I was worried that I wasn't going to be doing enough damage, and that utility would be a really bad idea. And then you all chose fucking tanks and brutalizers, and I'm like, okay, never mind. I fit. This is fine. Oh, what kind?
Yeah, if Lex and Zilmorn somehow dies, I'm going for a wild magic wizard.
I might go barbarian, but we also have too many barbarians in this group, so I forget. Oh, fuck you! Fuck!
Oh, we do need a cleric.
I remember!
Oh, wait, we do need a healer, actually.
Oh, shut! Do tieflings smell spicy?
They smell
Yes.
brimstone.
That sounds like a very spicy. I actually have no idea what brimstone smells like.
It's like sulfur. Farts. Yeah,
Oh.
it's like farts.
He's a sporger, so that hurts extra. I'm a wizard, I die immediately.
When Arvio casts Fireball, he just blows. Or not Fireball, but Firebolt. He just blows a little bit and then lights a match.
You can't counterspell this, motherfucker! Take out a Zippo lighter and chug the fucking oil and just breathe fire with a match. It's just a Zippo lighter and a straw. Oh, fuck. Shit, I was gonna say something. I don't remember it anymore. What do I have that would be good for a big red Dargan?
Fireball.
Fuck off. No, sorry. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. They definitely don't smell like brimstone because tieflings get a +2 to charisma, unless they're naturally so charming that nobody gives a fuck about the brimstone.
I am back. Sorry.
Well,
We're on break right now.
yeah, we're back.
Sorry, I had to use the restroom.
Oh, that's what I thought you were going to go watch a quick tidbit about like George Washington or something, not like take a shit. That's what I thought a bio break was. Yeah, biography, more like. There's many different ways that could be interpreted.
I don't know. That's what everybody in WoW used to call it back in the day when we were doing Molten Core. Bio break, everyone.
Well, that explains it. I have never played WoW.
You're not
Yeah.
missing
I'm not missing anything.
anything. It was a large waste of my life.
I also can't say anything because I play Final Fantasy 14. So.
I am back. Is everybody here?
No, I'm not here.
All
I
right.
never will be here.
Lex,
Yeah, I'm here.
Philip.
Yep.
All right. Well, we will continue on without Ava. So you guys have a long rest and awaken to another beautiful day.
Oh, look, it's snowing again.
How cold is it outside?
It's cold enough that I still don't have a coat.
When you go to open the door to gauge that. Can you feel how cold it is, Lex? Or is that one of the
I
things
can-
that you're...
I can probably feel how cold it is. I'm not resistant to cold.
Okay, then yeah, you can feel that it's pretty chilly, but you do notice that there is a giant sack sitting in front of the door.
What's in the sack?
What's in the box?
You open it up and you start like digging through it, and you pull out what seems to be a hastily stitched together fur cloak, and then you kind of pull another one out and another one, and you take it that that's what the content of this bag is.
Did someone just power?
Yeah, I'll hand the
this
cloaks
stuff?
out to the people that need them.
Alright.
Is there enough for everybody, or only the people that are going on the mission?
Only the people going on the mission.
Hmm.
You do notice that they look like a bunch of smaller fur-lined cloaks that have been sewn together.
So, can I use this analogy as Lick steps out? You just hear the metal creak and his metal nipples harden, or no?
What? Like that? Like
Yeah.
we just hear extend, and like we hear like.
No, that's the rod that I'm keeping inside.
Please, please no.
Well, he can't because it's really small right now.
Yeah, it's really small.
I got a complex right now. Trying
Yeah,
to figure it out.
It's
Oh,
cold outside.
this is ridiculous.
It's only 4 inches.
Only. Anyway, I put up.
No, I mean legitimately, it's only 4 inches.
Anyway, I put on my,
Oh, yeah,
I
you
put
grab
on my
the cloak.
fucking bunny pelt cloak.
Yeah, we'll do.
I am going to wear a cloak.
Oh, this is heresy. Anyway.
I guess I'll wear a cloak too.
All right, so you guys get all dressed up for the snow. You still have the directions that you were given, and you all kind of pack up. Mushin, per orders of Lex, will stay behind, as well as Jemima and Dimax. As you guys step out and close the door, and it just seems to be. It looks like it shouldn't be a physical door, but you can definitely see the door there. There's no like building or anything behind it. It's just a door standing out in the middle of nowhere, is what it looks like. Will you start marching off in that direction?
Yep.
Okay, after a few hours' time of you trudging through this, still cold, chilly, but it is no longer cold to the point that you guys are suffering in it. You make your way over a couple ridge lines, and then you very clearly see like a bunch of dark, scorched, messed up earth that kind of leads down this little ravine like valley into a point, and you can just see like there's piles of things outside. And sure enough, as you come over and that wind comes up the side of the mountain, you get a good whiff of what smells like rotten, decaying food.
Thank God Lex does not need to smell.
All right. Well,
Hey, it's a cabbage. I found the cabbage.
Hey, do you think this is your Sild's hideout?
Could be.
Not a character. Well, what should we do? Should we just keep an eye out and see what's going on? Or do you guys just want to go in and start taking names?
I'm going to throw a buzzard at the situation. I conjure familiar.
I would like to try to stealth up to the entrance.
Wait, I have an idea. Come over here. Come over here. I have a fun thing.
Okay.
I'm going to do a bunch of convoluted waving hands, then whip out a card, boop you on the noggin, and you turn invisible.
Ooh.
Have fun with that.
You can give me a stealth check with advantage.
With advantage. 26.
Just looking up. Okay, so you pull out your buzzard. All right, you pull out your buzzard and it just starts shrieking as it does not have resistance to cold, and you just watch it go poof as it takes a bunch of cold damage, more than the amount of hit points it has.
Hey, maybe something that's looked like it got destroyed. Might want to get something that's a little bit more resistant to the cold there, Arvio.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So I need 10 minutes.
Oh, we're not going anywhere.
Okay, great.
I'm going to start invisibly scouting out the...
Yeah, you're heading down that way. I was just waiting for them to finish their
Did I
combat.
say 10 minutes? I mean an hour.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ava, come back to us in an hour, I guess.
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
I mean, if you need some familiar to scout, I could just send my dog.
Just fucking the dog walks into the kobold cave. You're probably gonna
I mean-
be murked because it's the only fresh meat they have.
I mean, they wouldn't get much meat out of it, to be fair.
No, they wouldn't, but they don't know that.
I think your dog disappears the same as what Arvio's does.
If you really think about it,
I'm pretty sure it's more resistant to cold than his bird.
it is. It has more than 1 hit point. So the thing is, right? It's funny because Fine Steed is just Fine Familiar, but better.
Yeah.
And Fine
Problem.
Greater Steed. Yeah.
Problem with Fine Steed is that you cannot look through it.
True. I guess it's a different thing. But you
Yeah,
can
but you
talk
can-
to it.
Yeah, and it has a crazy range as well.
Yeah. Especially Greater Steed. I got that on my Warlock because I got on my Warlock in my other game because he also shares the spell list with a Paladin due to homebrew bullshit. And I have a saber-toothed panther, which sasses me constantly. But you can also climb trees, and it's pretty fucking metal because her wisdom stat's also higher than mine. So, what I'm saying is,
Could be like my character on my Sunday's game. Just get a dragon soul, turn into a dragon.
I am back. I am sorry about that.
Welcome back.
I mean, I have a god shard, but that's where I'm getting the paladin abilities from.
So, Ava, you sneak up to towards the cave,
Mm-hmm.
and you're kind of making your way between the heaps of garbage that smell really awful. And you kind of come to a point where you can peek around the corner, and you see that there's just kind of entrance that goes in. It's about 40 feet deep into the side of this mountain here, and you can go ahead and give me a perception check, actually.
Okay. Perception.
Okay, you think you can see what looks to be two figures kind of standing in this cave. You can't really see more past that. It's kind of like dark silhouettes, but you can see them moving every now and then.
Okay. How many you said?
It looks like two to you right now.
Okay. I'm gonna try to quietly get closer. Seeing that I'm invisible.
All right, you can make your way up to the mouth of the cave, and you are now standing there for sure, looking at what appears to be two kobolds. Well, they're two lizard-like creatures that are standing upright, and they're holding shields.
Okay. And then you said they're talking?
No, they're just kind of standing there, looking out in your direction.
Okay. I'm gonna watch them for a couple minutes, see what they're doing.
Okay. So as you kind of sit there and watch them a couple minutes, they one kind of like starts digging around and scratching at himself. The other one's just standing there watching, turns and barks something at the other one. That you do not speak Draconic, right?
No, I do not.
Yeah, then you can't understand what it's saying.
Is there room to get around these two guys?
No, they're pretty close to each other. You'd have to like brush past them in order to get around them. I will say, as you get closer now, you're standing at the cave entrance looking in. You can make out that there's some kind of metallic-like item behind them, and appears to be a giant wooden something to hit it with. And you kind of think that might be some kind of alarm system or something.
Oh. Well, that being the case, I'm gonna go back to the group and
All right.
make my way quietly there. And when I get back, I say, "Hey, I think I can get the drop on two kobolds that are there, but maybe we keep them from sounding the alarm. There's only two guarding the entrance."
Was there any way to deactivate the alarm?
It's more like they have to hit it.
Like a whack-a-mole?
Yeah, something. Yeah, so I think with me being invisible, I can stop them from doing this. But
here's a
you
question.
guys might want to rush in when I get the drop on them. As you guys are talking to the invisible.
It's snowing. We can see your footprints. I assume. But here's an idea. Is there any way that you can disable the contraption from where you were? I think that would make the spell go down, but if they can't signal for help, it'd be a good first step.
Well, if he can take out, or if she can take out two of them, that'll get us closer, but I think we still need a recon inside, which I think your bird will come in handy if you summon a bird.
You got an... okay, well, do we have an hour?
What were you doing for this past 20 minutes?
Okay, we're all ready to do an hour? Cool. One moment.
How long does invisibility last?
An hour with its concentration. Or until you do an action. So, if you'd like to, use your action to do a jig, it'll technically dispel.
Yeah, well, I think we should make use of my being invisible.
Oh, hang on. I have a better. The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So you could totally, like, pick locks and disarm traps while
I can't
still
get by I can't get by them while they're standing there.
Okay.
I will drag you over here, Ava, so you can see what you were looking at. Nobody else is here. It's just you at this point.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of what
you-
I figured.
Yep.
That's the picture you drew for me in my mind. So I would like to try to get them to follow me back, but it's up to them. I'm going back regardless, but
I'm mid casting apparently.
Far away are we?
I'm making a snow owl.
I figured you guys had stopped up on the ridge when you first seen it, and Ava just went down by herself.
Yeah.
So you're good, hundreds of yards away. It's far enough if you were to split up that it would take you guys a while to run down there to help if somebody called for help.
I think us taking out those 2 guards is probably a good idea. And you didn't see anybody else, did you? Just those 2?
just those 2.
And this would be the thing you saw that looked like some kind of gong.
I think we need to take out the 2 guards for right now, while we still have the element. So.
Okay, so DM.
Yep.
This is what I would like to do. And I don't know if it's possible or allowed or whatever, but Ava would actually like to get right basically standing right next to the 2 of them. Put her hand crossbow pretty much 6 inches in front of each of their faces and pull the triggers on both.
Okay. You can do that. Just to really quickly check and make sure. Are you going down alone, or is anybody gonna follow?
Lex will follow, but keep a distance, kind of out of sight. So yeah, I'll stealth up.
Okay, you go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Yep.
Oh, you don't have to do one, Ava.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Lex, okay, 19. You follow. You stand not too far away. You can get up. You feel comfortable getting up to 30 feet away if you wanted to. There's not a lot of cover at that point, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of follow Ava, and she kind of like guides you to a point where you can stand around a corner and won't be seen.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Anybody else go? Just like.
Yeah, I'll stay behind for now, yeah.
Okay. Then you two continue and make your way back, Ava, as you guide Grim. He's kind of following. Obviously, you can see.
Bye, Grim.
He can see your footprints, and so he kind of follows you up, and then you kind of whisper to him to stay where he's at on the map right now. In fact, I will move you over too, so you can see this. You can't see what he's seeing, but that's where you are, and nobody else is there. Those are just. But you walk up. I will roll since you are getting right up into their personal space. Oh, that is a natural 1, and that is 8. So they don't seem to notice you as you come walking up, and you pull out 2 crossbows and hold 1 in each face. So you have surprise. So you can go ahead if you're going to attack.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna do. I'm going to pull the trigger on. Here's the first one. Which.
Okay,
17.
that will hit.
Okay. Doing a total of 25 damage to him.
Oh fuck!
I only get sneak attack on 1 attack though, unfortunately.
Yep. Well, before you take that other shot, you shoot him in the face, and all of a sudden they both look at you and they seem panicked. And this one kind of has a bolt that's like you went to shoot him in the face, and for some reason as you kind of pulled down a little bit, and the bolt is going through like his left shoulder and out the back, and there's blood pouring out of it. He is bloodied, but he is still standing.
Ooh. Took 25 damage. Kobold took 25 damage and is fine.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and you're visible. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, and here goes the second shot, which is a
So
14.
14. So he's standing there. He kind of got his shield out. He got leather armor on, and he sees you, and he like panics. And as you go to pull, he sees the crossbow, and he brings his shield up in front of it, and your bolt deflects off into the ceiling, dealing no damage to him.
All right, well, and
So
then I'm going to
you
push.
missed
I'm
14.
going to push past them both and get on the other side of them, between the gong and them,
All right.
and that's my turn.
Okay. Well, at this point, we will roll initiative since surprise round is over. And get the turn tracker up.
What do you know? I've got 22 both times. Since I forgot to select my token first, apparently.
Yep. Okay. So you are going to go first, Ava.
Okay. The guy that's bloody. He needs to please give me a deception roll. It needs to be a 10. I don't have an advantage on that.
Okay. It's not insight that he rolls?
No, he rolls deception.
Okay. It's just been a while, so I forget how it works. Yeah, you managed to fake him out.
Alrighty. Well, then I fire a crossbow bolt at him, and looks like I miss.
12 will miss, yep. You can also see further down that hallway there.
And yeah, that's my turn.
All right, then what happened to the turn order? Lex, it is your turn. As
Do
you
I
can
hear
hear
anything?
obvious commotion in there, yep.
Okay. I could just get there. So right here, right? Or
Yep.
my back further. I'll hit the one that's most bloodied. First, I'm gonna bonus action rage,
All right.
and
You run around the corner, you see one of them is bleeding pretty bad with a bolt through his shoulder, and just rage fills you.
Yep.
Rush up to him.
I'm going to bonus action rage, reckless, and so let me ask you this question for reckless, and I'll post it in chat. It says off of the first weapon attack that I do, all melee attacks get the advantage. Is that including the second and third if I do it, or not? Because it's always come up on how it's worded. So the first attack on your turn, you decide to do reckless, which gives you advantage on all melee weapon attack rolls.
Yeah, so your first attack, you can decide to do reckless, which you're doing. And so because you're doing that, it will give you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls.
Okay, so that's two
Yeah,
attack rolls I can do.
So
Okay.
basically, you can't attack and then say, I'm going to use reckless now. You have to do
so
the first attack.
I've been doing it right then. I just wanted to make sure. All right, so I'll do it reckless, so that's advantage. I'm not gonna do Great Weapon Master. Oh, that's disadvantage. So 18. Does that hit?
18 will hit. Which one are you going for?
The one that's bloodied.
All right. Go ahead and roll your damage.
15.
Yep. So you come up with your greatsword and you just slice across him as this rage just builds in you, and you definitely make a cleave across his leather armor in front of his chest, kind of knocking the shield out of the way. Blood just splurts out, and he's standing there. He kind of like backs up and leans up against the wall. It is still alive, but it looks gravely wounded after that hit.
The second one, I'm going to attack the one that's not bloodied.
All right.
And this time I'm going to use Great Weapon Master to
Go
attack.
for it.
14.
14. Sorry, I didn't mean to move that one. 14 misses. That one already has its shield up, kind of like watching Ava, and comes back as it sees you rush in and brings its shield up, blocking your attack.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay. Then that will bring us to their turn. Both of them just start yipping out really loud. It's a very high pitch of voice, and you can hear it just echoing through this cave. They kind of look back at this gong-like thing that you see Ava now blocking, and they kind of just give up, and they're just shouting. And as they're shouting, they will attack. They are just going to try to attack you, Lex, both of them. So they will make 4 attacks onto you.
Yeah, you get advantage on all of them too.
All right. So that was a 17. That was 11. So that,
17 hits.
yeah, so it'd be with their modifier 20. So that hits. Okay.
Yep.
They're just jabbing you with a spear right now. One-handed, since they're holding the shield, and you will take 4 points of damage from the one, so 2 reduced, and then the see if its second attack hits. 19 at you.
Yep.
Okay, then you will take 3 points of piercing damage from that one, and then let's see, that one that will hit you, and then his second attack. That will be, does a 15 hit you?
15's my AC.
Okay. So he will hit you with both of his. You will take 3 points of piercing damage from his first one, and another 3 points from the second one. As they're kind of just holding their shields up in a defensive stance and jabbing spears behind them, and they're yipping very loudly. And as they start yipping, you guys can hear commotion coming from down this hallway. And Ava, as you turn and look, you can actually see what looks like a torchlight down at the end of that hallway. Let me actually figure something out for you here real quick. No, you guys are hundreds of yards away. You watched them go down. They became very small, shadowy silhouettes, and you watched them kind of make their way around into the cave entrance. Yeah, so that's all you can see from there, Ava, but you do hear commotion coming from that direction. Before your turn, what are you guys doing hanging out on the mountain?
Halfway done summoning a snow owl, guys.
Let's see, it takes an hour, right?
Yep.
You're 20 minutes in. I'll say at this point you're 30 minutes in, so you got another half an hour to go. All right.
Yep. We're trucking along.
I'm getting impatient, but still sitting here.
Yeah, I'll say you guys you watch them disappear, and you're sitting there as he's still trying to summon this thing.
Could they see Lex run in?
No, you guys kind of bend around a curve.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's been a couple minutes since you last seen him, but now it's only been 6 seconds. So, Ava, it is your turn.
Alrighty. The gentleman that is injured. $17.
17 will hit.
16 damage.
So you finally fell that guy. As I move his token again, but yeah, he will just go down in a bloody, yelping heap.
Let me ask, do I get the sense that if I smack this thing really hard, that our people might hear it?
I'll let you do an intelligence check if you want.
Probably not.
It will be really loud, but whether or not they'll hear it, you don't know. Things echo. It's up to you.
Nah. Bonus action, this guy's gonna get a shot.
All right. 18 will hit, and Dylan
For 9 damage.
Well, you will get your sneak attack on him because Lex is standing there.
No, I will not. I can only get it once a turn.
It's only one turn? Oh, okay. Did not know that.
Yep.
And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. Lex, it is your turn. If you want to Ava, just stick another bolt in that one's face. And
All
just
right.
goes down.
Reckless, Great Weapon Master, 2 attacks on that one.
All right.
20 to hit.
20 will hit. So another 15. It is bloodied, but still standing.
It didn't add my plus 10 for that, so it's 25. Sorry.
Okay, it is still standing, but bloodied.
Alright, one more time. 15 to hit.
15 just hits it.
24.
24. All right.
Yep.
You cut that one down, and it's just kind of shock, and it's backing up, still yelping out. It kind of drops his guard with his shield, and you just come across the shoulder and then bring your sword back around the other direction, just cut its neck open, and it just gurgles and slumps to the ground.
And then I'll say to Ava, run, and then I'm gonna start making my way, beelining right out the fucking door of this place back to my friends. So, which direction do I need to go? So from here,
So you will run out, and then you will head
that way?
northwards.
Okay, so yeah, I'll start doing that.
All right, so you watch as he cuts him down. He turns to start running, and then you will notice that he will get to you. He will not. You hear a bunch of commotion, and you just see like swarms of them starting to come out. And sounds like there's even more heading in this direction, deeper down this tunnel. Don't know how much you've alerted, but obviously these guys were close enough to hear the yelping. This one runs up onto you.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to attack you twice. That is going to be a 9, which misses you.
Mm-hmm.
That will be another 9, which will miss you. So he runs up, got his shield up, and he starts jabbing, and he turns and he's barking over his shoulder in their direction. Let's see, this guy here, I will say, since you can see down there, he can see you. He pulls out a sling and he starts swirling above his head, and he will attempt to hit you with it once. That will miss you as well for another 9. All of those attacks were 9. This one, I will say, does not have sight on you. So they've ran out and they've tried to attack you. At this point, figure everybody else up top is doing what they're doing. So this will bring us back to your turn, Ava.
All right. I disengage with my bonus action.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 6. And then I dash with my action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I whiz by Lex.
All right, Lex, you just seen Ava just go sprinting past you. And it will bring us to your turn.
Dash for my action, 80 feet.
Okay. Are you two just going to keep dashing back?
Yeah, and I can go 90 feet a turn.
Okay. You guys, as you just take off running, you kind of look behind you a couple times. You see these things pursuing you, but you are way quicker than they are. And eventually they kind of just stop pursuit. The rest of you sitting up on the mountainside, all of a sudden you see Ava and Lex just come full sprint around the corner, running through the heaps of garbage down there, and they're just running in your direction. And a couple seconds later, you see these small silhouettes of things kind of following behind them, and they're not able to keep up. They're like losing ground, and eventually they kind of stop and turn around and go back. Anybody, while this is happening, wants to give me a perception check? Except Arvio, since he is busy. $21. You kind of look over these little things that are chasing them, and you think there's about 10, maybe 11 of them or so, before they kind of stop and turn around and head back.
We
But
poked Hornet's desk, guys.
You guys just continue beelining and make your way back, and you eventually join the rest of the group. So I will go ahead and clear this.
Yeah, they're pretty resilient.
Yeah, they weren't any pushovers. We killed 2, but they're not pushovers.
I just heard the noise. It said, it ain't happened to me again. I ain't in no temple again. Beelined it. Call back for some people.
No, what are you guys doing? You're all gathered up again.
How big was that cave? Enough for, say, a dragon to come through?
The cave you guys went into? No.
All right. Well, Arvio, any... What's your status on that?
It's no owl. 31 minutes in.
How long did it take us to get there? Get back? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep an eye out for anything.
Okay, so you guys are just hanging up there waiting for him to finish?
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple minutes go by, and all of a sudden you guys hear this whoosh, 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 and you turn and look, and you can see further up the mountain, all of a sudden this red-like creature, obviously the dragon, just kind of comes flying out of the mountains further up.
Oh no. Are we by snow?
What do we know about red dragons?
Anybody who has studied books can go ahead and give me, I guess, Arcana or History check. See what you can recall.
Can I lean back on the 20 critical success that I got last time? Or...
That was more surface knowledge, so if you want to know, like, dig more, see what you can remember. Yeah. 20.
That reminds me.
Yeah, 20 and 22. You know that they are very fierce, pardon the pun, fiery creatures, very quickly angered, and they have bad tempers. They like to hoard things. They generally live in very hot places. Seeing how this thing is flying out of a mountain, you kind of grasp that that's probably some kind of tunnel or something that it uses to get down into some place that's pretty hot. What in general do you want to know about dragons?
Good, evil, can be reasoned with or not?
They're chromatic, I believe it is. So you would know that they're evil. Be reasoned with. You might be able to reason with them. Some people have attempted that and never come back, and some people have reasoned with them, but those people usually are evil to begin with.
Okay.
I would like to stop casting. I hear the wings that like very slowly get up. Look at everybody. I make this face, and then I cast invisibility.
Are we on white snow?
Yes, you guys are on white snow. There is no vegetation. The stuff you've been walking for like the past couple days. There's really just like a couple, piles of rocks sticking out of the snow here and there. But you watch as this thing kind of just slams down onto where it came out of, and just like lets out a billow of fire into the air, and it's just sitting there looking around right now.
Everybody duck, and I hit the deck and start covering myself with snow.
My armor turns white.
All right.
I'm covering myself with snow.
Are you fucking okay? Are we making an igloo?
Nope, I'm hiding.
I thought we were supposed to defeat this thing.
Cover yourself as no.
Okay, you guys are covering yourself. Go ahead and give me stealth checks.
I just turned myself invisible. Can I just do a normal like?
Instead of putting snow on me, I'm just gonna lay down and put dog on me.
Fucking bastard!
I imagine it being kind of a greyish coloring.
Take the heat for me, Beethoven.
You can be my hero.
I'm not under the snow. I'm just stepping away from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 30 feet away.
Okay, are you gonna hide, Grim? I would need a stealth check at disadvantage since you're just gonna hide under a dog from Philip.
Okay. Stealth.
I will say that going off the checks you did for red dragons, that you two both know that they are exceptionally vain, and they are tirelessly seeking to increase their treasure hoards. They are mountain masters, arrogant tyrants. They like to have slaves, and they're obsessive collectors. So if that can aid you in any way, that's what you guys kind of remember from your studies.
So with the three, I can imagine you shouting hide, and Philip, instead of laying down, he just grabs a dog and kind of standing up, holding dog in front of him.
Ah.
I'm going to prepare myself for an attack if the dragon lands.
All right. Well, you guys are you're kind of up there. You all duck and lay down, and you kind of just watching this thing, looking around. At one point in time, its gaze seems to cross over you guys, and Philip, you for a second kind of almost poop yourself, and then it kind of stops, and then it keeps going. Considering this was a group check, the majority of you did exceptionally well, and it just seems to be sitting there searching. They don't really seem to see you guys.
Just lay down for a minute, let it go back to its fucking place, and then we'll go straight to it instead of the actual stupid tunnel.
All right, so you watch as it kind of lifts off after sitting there. If you're just gonna wait this out, it lifts off after a couple minutes and it flies down, and it starts flying among the garbage piles down there, and it's just letting rip its flame breath, dousing everything in flames down there. It spends a good 10 minutes or so just flying around, just utterly trying to destroy everything, thinking maybe something's down there hiding. And eventually it just starts walking through it, and it's looking around, and you see it go around that bend that you guys went to the cave entrance. And for probably like a minute or so, it's gone, and eventually you can hear the whoosh, whoosh of the wings as it flies back up and heads back towards where it came from.
Question: did he catch any of the other kobolds outside in that flaming heap?
No, they went back.
Damn.
Yeah, they went back inside the cave, and after they went back, a couple minutes later, the dragon came out and seemed like it was looking for something.
Okay. So, that tells me two things, everybody. Dragon's pretty close to that entrance.
And they're working together.
Yep.
Well, we already knew that.
We know there's at least, what? I counted 4 or 5, but I could be wrong. Oh. Well. What do you want to do?
Well,
Let's go kill a dragon.
wait a minute, and I drop invisibility. Okay, that's now we can have a plate conversation. Idea. What color were the kobolds again? Does that matter? Does anybody know if the color of the kobolds matter?
No.
No, they don't. Okay, thank you.
I don't think we ever figured out the color though, but yeah.
You
mean-
guys who went down there and fought them would know that they're kind of like a reddish brown color.
They're red-brown.
Yeah, nobody else would know, except now that you told them.
Well, I know about dragons. I'm not sure about these dragons, but I would like to assume that probably don't have an issue with fire. If you would like to kind of corral them a little bit, I can just drop an ice storm on them, and then we only have to deal with, well, the dragon. And even if, the ice storm doesn't completely wipe them out, I'm pretty sure you can mow through them in like a couple of seconds. Does this seem amicable, or does anybody have better ideas than taking out the kobolds?
It just sounds. It sounds very confident of you.
I mean, unfortunately, these things aren't quite as unmoving as the undead, so I'm less confident than I was back then. I'm just saying that despite the size of this dragon, if we fight both of them at the same time, it's the kobolds that are gonna fuck us.
I agree, but we need to come up with a pretty solid plan on how we're going to deal with this. It's pretty close quarters in there, in that tunnel, at least in the entrance that we were at. I don't know how big or bad it gets further down.
If we could, I'm not restarting Find Familiar, but if we can potentially get in there and fight in an enclosed space, we would only need to deal with the kobolds.
Yeah,
Probably.
the only thing is Brim only saw 10. That's somewhat manageable, but if there's more, we're going to be in trouble.
Okay. What do we know about red dragons?
What if
It
we set up?
doesn't seem like it will.
What if we set up a trap? They did follow you for a little bit.
Yeah, but not only that, it almost seemed like a few minutes after that, the dragon came out.
So we have a few minutes.
Yes.
But what if we dig up a hole, hide it, and make sure that the whole group of kobolds walk over it and fall in? Then we would have to deal with maybe one or two odd ones and a dragon. Does that sound a little better?
DM, we're in the mountains, right?
Yep.
Is there any dirt under us? Or is it rock?
From what you've seen so far, it's been kind of rocky slate-like material.
Okay. Philip, do you got a shovel?
Hold on.
Because that's not going to work. This is a mountain. It's rocks and slate.
I'm only throwing ideas out. It worked. It worked on a bear back in my day.
Remember the mountain jackals? You're still dicking rock. Okay. Back up. Can we use that trash anyway? I mean, my first idea is to use this camouflage, but that's ridiculous. They already know we're here.
If you can make, I can hold back quite a few. At least block the entrance just enough to where you can probably get a decent thing going. But you would need to be not visible. You know what I'm talking about. And we can probably corner them or keep them in an entrance choke point in a sense.
Okay.
I'll kind of draw out what I saw of the cave entrance, like kind of an L-shaped angle, and say, if you stay just outside of the entrance, and then it kind of has like a heel to it, like almost a circle, like half circle, quarter circle, or whatever. We can get them in there, and you drop what you need to drop in there. That would probably kill out quite a bit.
Okay, so what you're telling me is to lure these things into an area. You guys give me the signal as I'm headed in somewhere in here, probably invisible, and then I just drop whatever magic I need to just to clear this shit out. Because out of character, I can't see jack shit, so I have no
I know.
idea.
I'm trying to give you a visual of it. So basically, it's how it is it's like a hallway, and then it opens up into a room that's kind of oval in shape, and then it curves to the it comes to a focal point and curves into another hallway to the left. If we can get him to the oval or the circle shaped room, enough of them, and you drop it in there while you're standing at the entrance, one or two of us can stand in front and prevent him from coming out
You're
and
throwing a lot
attacking
of
us.
shapes at me, and I have no idea what you're saying. Please draw it.
I'm not on your level, so I can't.
Yeah, I'll move you back to that map.
I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work
Okay.
that way.
So, here we go. So it looks like this.
Okay.
That's
something.
How do I undo that?
You just select it and press backspace.
There we go.
There goes Zilmor's map.
We rip out someone's map. He's not here to stop us. Okay.
That's what it looks like.
Okay.
If we stand here and you drop your shit in here, they're going to come from here.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we can probably get one or two people here, and you stand back here out the open and launch it into here.
Yes. This makes sense.
That is the idea.
I understand completely. I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm sorry that was such a hassle because it's like my folks trying to give me road instructions without any landmarks. My eyes glaze over and I'm like, you're saying words. This is English, but I don't understand what you're saying.
Alright, I think I got everything. But yeah, that's pretty much what my plan was.
Okay.
Anybody think of anything else? The only problem with that is that at the entrance of it, that is where the dragon's going to come. So we're going to probably need somebody to keep an eye out for that. And if it comes, we need to run inside.
I have a plan B for that. Technically, it's not a good one.
Well, put out your plan.
Well, I mean, let's think about where I'm going to be if the dragon comes out, right?
You're in the back, yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, what is this dragon like at all? I don't really recall off the top of my head. Which is me out of character. I don't think I was privy to that knowledge of that they're incredibly vain and take slaves. I'm unclear on that.
You are.
I'm privy to that. It's like, okay, so technically, if it looks like I'm the only one here, I could probably convince it that I'm the only one here. And I would make a very nice slave because I tell very good stories. Like, that's the whole plan right here. That's just my survival. Because it's a big fuck off dragon.
What if it gets upset at you for killing its, underlings and just decides to kill you instead of taking you alive?
Well, that's a great point. I'm going to appeal to its vanity because honestly, I don't think it gives a shit about these kobolds. I don't.
It took a while for the dragon to come out anyways, so we know it takes some time. But what
Okay.
we need to know, this is the other thing too that I came up with as well. Arvio, if you can get your familiar out and none of us do anything for a fucking hour, we can go find the entrance of that dragon's cave and go straight there instead. And deal
Okay.
with the source of the problem.
Neat. I like this idea as well. As long as no fuckery happens.
We wanted to test the waters because you already cast a spell and we had the element of surprise. Now that's out the door. They know somebody's here. So they're going to be even more alert. So when we get there, it might not be the same situation. They might have people ready to go to let the dragon know.
Cool, I'm gonna start now.
So we're going to wait an hour for
Yes.
Arvio to finish his
Yep.
find familiar so we can scout.
This time it will be fine. It will be snow owl flavored, and I begin casting.
All right, so you guys hang out for an hour while Arvio sits down and focuses on this spell.
Any way I can take
I mean-
a short rest?
It's an hour long to cast. Yeah, you can take a short rest.
Yep, I'll do that.
You can as well, Eva, if you want.
Yep.
So you two kind of sit down and hunker down. Eventually, an hour passes, and as you are sitting there, conjuring and focusing on this, all of a sudden, this essence of just comes out of nowhere and seems to materialize, and now you have a snow owl before you.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something else. Like it's like I conjure up like a fucking demon or something because it's all of a sudden. I was like, haha, okay. This is Mr. Pecky, Mark II. Say hi. Fantastic.
It gives out a screech.
I was talking to everybody else.
If it
with
gives
a-
out a screech, I would freaking knock it out, but I'm not going to.
I wasn't asking. I'm like, I wasn't asking you to do that, dipshit.
All right. So you're just gonna try finding or locating the actual entrance for the dragon's cave and scout from there. That's what I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Yeah.
Yep.
Works. We'll do that.
And I turn to it, go do that, and it's like, whoa, just silent flies off.
Takes off flying and it soars. You just tell it to go find the entrance to your dragon's lair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it directions to where we saw it kind of go in.
All right. Does it communicate with you at all?
Within 100 feet, I can control it directly. So beyond that, I can only I can give it. I gave it an instruction, and I can look through it, but it's up to it to return.
Yeah, it kind of takes off out of your range to control it, but you it's gone for a little bit and it comes back and it conveys to you basically you see this image that transfers to you, and there's just like these really steep, almost cliff-like structures that kind of jut up, and they form this kind of ring around this hole that just goes down into the mountain, and it did not go down into it, so that's kind of all it comes back and conveys to you. You seeing this mental image, you think that this would be a very hard task to take on if you were to try to climb up there and get into it, and the hole just went down into blackness. And it's a pretty massive hole too. You think this is big enough for a dragon to get in and out of with ease. Probably could even hold a bigger dragon.
Okay, bad news. We're not going in the dragon way.
All right, front door it is.
Yep. Yep. I'll get in the back. Already trying to think of my bullshit.
Anybody have any other plans?
Nope. I'm good with it.
Big
Okay.
shot.
So you guys sneaking down, or what are you doing?
Oh yeah, we're sneaking.
Okay.
At least
go
Lex
ahead.
is.
Everybody give me a stealth check. Those of you wearing your heavy armor can do it with disadvantage.
Yay. 8.
Oh, I got
Oh
a
my
7. We're all tired of this shit already.
You guys are going down. Ava's kind of guiding you again. Ava, as you're walking, you can hear them back there just clunk, 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 and just like knocking into each other and stuff. You kind of turn around and give them a stink eye a couple times. You are not quite about this, but you march your way down past this garbage that is still on fire and stinks even worse now than it did before. And you guys find yourself at the entrance. I will let you all set yourselves up as I drag you over to the map. I will also cover this back up so you know what you see.
I'm larger than all of you. I just wanted to let you know that. Fuck your entire day. I'll go kick the. Did you ever get vibe checked by God because he's done with your shit? No.
So that's basically how far you guys can see. There is blood and gore right in this area here. And you can see the gong-like structure that they told you about. You two notice that the bodies that you had killed are not there anymore.
Oh, look. They recycle.
Gonna
We're
sneak
gonna
in.
push. Yeah. See if what Ava sees.
I'm gonna peek around the corner.
Yeah. Well, I will reveal this. Just remember that the rest of you guys do not see this. So you peek around the corner and you kind of see that it makes its way up, and you can see some torchlight back in here kind of spilling out, or you can see some kind of light spilling out around there.
You guys are gonna see her like wave you guys, beckon you guys to come, and then she's gonna duck around the corner.
All right, I'll make my way up there.
All right.
Hey, where's Grim?
He's down there.
Right there.
Yeah, I will need another stealth roll as you
From
sneak
who?
up independently from you, Ava. All right. The rest of you trying to move in quiet?
Yeah.
This is
I mean-
correct.
Okay, so I need more stealth checks. This will not be grouped. It will be individual.
Yeah.
Hey.
You make your way up, and no, wrong tool.
14. Slightly better.
All right, you're starting to see more of that light as you're making your way up. You hear some kind of commotion up there, though.
I'll stand in the corner and kind of just peek at
I'm
Ava.
gonna- I want to peek around the corner real carefully, and then obviously can't do that with the token, but I'm trying to get just a peek around the corner.
Yeah, I will. I'll reveal it to you here in a second. So you poke your head around. You see a fairly sized circular room. Campfire sitting in the middle of it. A bunch of beds kind of scattered off to the side. Ceiling in here. This place looks naturally made. Does not look like it was dug out. So the ceiling's probably about 10 feet higher. So as you poke your head around, this is what you see. And you see these two things here yipping back and forth at each other, and they are intently watching this direction, but they don't seem to notice you as you slightly poke your head around.
All right, I'm gonna turn back to the group to Philip there that's watching me, and I'm gonna hold up 2 fingers and kind of motion towards the room behind me, and then hold 2 fingers up at him again.
How close is Lex to me?
I'm not that far.
10 feet.
10
Yeah.
feet. I'll try to whisper. She sees 2 of them.
Okay. I'll turn back and wave in RVO and Grim and his Echo to come on inside. Or then I'll push forward a little bit.
All right. Let me get your echo for you. Sorry about that. All right. You guys moved up a little bit more.
What do we do?
I'm literally just waiting for Eva to assure us to come closer.
I'm waiting for you to come
Okay.
closer.
All right.
I'm in the back where I belong.
Okay, as you guys are moving up, kind of look up something real quick. All right, so you guys are now standing up there. What do you wish to do?
I will look at everybody, and kind of wink at everybody. As it appears that everybody's lined up, ready to go.
It's Connect 6.
And I will pop over and am I getting a surprise attack on this guy?
Yeah, you'll get a surprise attack on that guy.
All right. Well, I'm going to get a surprise attack on that dude. 16
16 will hit him.
for 25 damage.
All right, you just send a bolt right through that guy's head, not even making a noise. The other one seems to slowly be taking notice of you.
And then I will do this cool roll over here and fire my bonus action at that guy. 14. I don't think I get advantage on him, right?
No, 14 will hit.
Okay, well, 14, and sorry, hit the wrong thing. 8 damage.
8 damage? All right, you stick this one through this guy's neck, and he just lets out a gurgle as he falls down dead.
And then continue over to the other side of the room.
All right. So as you run around that way. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Okay, you hear a lot of commotion as you look around, and it is dark in there. The sunlight was kind of helping you in the other tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, trying to get it. You see little ways in there, but it turns into darkness. But you also hear a bunch of chatter coming from there as soon as you step there. And that is, I guess that will be your turn. We'll go ahead and roll initiative. Let me get that up. There we go.
Oh boy.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I get things taken care of on my side. And sort this by descending order. No, wrong thing. Descending order. Okay. Philip, you see Ava kind of do some cool assassin stuff, roll in there, shoot a couple of them. But as Ava gets over to where she is now at, you kind of make your way in. You can hear it up in there. Just tons of things seem to be barking off. You've never heard this noise before.
I'll pick up my great axe, and I suppose I'm waiting my turn because I feel like Ava is the the leading force here. So
Okay, so you will hold your action until that happens.
Yep.
What are you holding it? What's going to happen that will trigger?
I suppose if something rush out to attack us, so just prepare for that.
All right. And what will you do when that happens? You get attack or move towards it?
Yeah, if it comes close enough, I'll just swing at it.
Okay. With that, it will be your turn, Lex. As I'm assuming you step around the corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna step around the corner stealthily.
Okay. As you step around the corner and you hear all this commotion start, you know that this is the barking that these things were making earlier when you and Ava came down. So it sounds like there's a whole bunch of them back in that hallway.
Fine. You can get right here. They can't see me from over here, right?
Yep. You can't really see around the corner though.
That's fine. Like I said, I was doing it stealthily to get there, and I'm gonna hold my action for any one of them that come in my range.
All right, then Ava, it will be your turn.
I'm going over here and picking up, salvaging 50% of my crossbow bolts.
Okay.
And using my action to search for bodies.
All right, they have nothing on them whatsoever except kind of a clothing to make them look, cover their naughty parts, and a dagger and a sling. That's all they got.
All right, that's it.
Okay. You guys will continue hearing a bunch of commotion. Arvio, it will be your turn.
He's not going to do much. He's just gonna kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's good right there. Nothing much is happening, but he's in cover. Should any of these two zip around, should any kobold zip around the corner with crossbows?
All right.
He's being cautious.
Then Grim, it will be your turn.
Grim's gonna move there and hold my attack action for any enemy gets in my melee range.
Alrighty. So you step into there. You hear more commotion coming from that hole, and you guys watch as a few rocks kind of come flying into here, and they just kind of tumble, hit the wall and stuff. Seems like whatever's in there making commotions, throwing rocks, and they're just kind of landing in this general area all over the place. And then that will bring us to your turn, Philip.
I'll move up and seeing that Lex kind of covering the corner, I'm gonna move up here and peek what's going on. And can I see them approaching, or
you peek down there, and the light kind of fades off into darkness.
That's fine. So I'll just stay here and continue preparing attack action.
Okay. Then that will bring us to you, Lex.
Same thing. Hold my action for one to come in my way.
All right, Ava, you do anything?
Pull out my hooded lantern. Go up here and look
right
down there.
All right, you will look down. I guess you will also see this, Philip. So I'll go ahead and reveal it. It's kind of what you see.
All right. he needs to make a this guy needs to make a deception roll.
Okay.
You you pulled out your lantern and lit it, right?
It's an action to do so.
Oh, is it an action to do so? I thought that was a free action.
Well, to pull it out and to light it would take your turn.
Okay, well, I'm still bonus actioning that guy.
Okay. The one standing in front?
Yep.
Alright, so go ahead and do your damage.
I don't do any damage. I just now I have to attack him, but now I can get sneak. If he failed, I now can get sneak attacks on him.
Okay, I will go ahead and mark him then to remind us.
And I will back up over here and say, yeah, there's 6 of them down there, guys.
As you back away, it does hide it though. Go back into darkness. That was your turn?
That's my turn.
All right. As you stepped around, they seemed like they were there, ready, waiting. They kind of like stomping their spears on the ground, barking and stuff. They have their shields up. The ones behind them seem to have their slings out. And you just hear more commotion coming from down there. And it is your turn, Arvio.
The time is up. My time is now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I see?
Your dark vision, you'll see exactly what he saw. So I will reveal that for you again.
Cool. I'm going to do Ice Storm centered on this guy.
Okay. 1 second. All right. So go ahead and post it in chat.
Stop. Admittedly, not the most amount of damage I could have done with this, but it's something. Oh, I'll actually post the physical spell in chat so you know what this does.
Yep. So DC 16.
Yep. And the area is difficult terrain until my next turn. And I'm going to use the last of my movement action to just slide to the left.
All right. So you step around and you drop your spell. Grim, it will be your turn. So let me go ahead. You dropped it directly on that guy?
Yeah. So this, yeah. That
Okay.
way.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a 40-foot high, 20-foot in radius.
Yeah. It just got very cold in the cave, but like more so.
Okay. So they will. That's going to happen to them. You can go ahead and take your turn while I'm sorting this out.
Since I saw him push up, I'm gonna move over here and just have my Echo sit here and stand there just to be an early warning system. Just in case it gets hit or something, and then it goes away, I'll know. But I'll be holding my action for anything that comes in melee range.
Alrighty. Sorry, still just dealing damage to things. Okay, you hear some more noise as they're taking their turns. Not what I wanted to click on. Philip, you were standing there when all of a sudden you get 3 rocks that fly in your direction.
Alright.
That will hit you. That will hit you. That one will also hit you. So a few of these rocks will hit you. You take
Something
1d6.
breaking. I don't know if it's only for me or. Hello. I feel like something connected already here.
The whole server's lagging bad.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, that was the case.
Please,
Better now, right?
I think.
You get hit with 13 points of bludgeoning damage. These rocks just come flying out and hitting you. There's a couple others that fly out too, but they don't seem to reach as far. And that will bring us to your turn.
Yeah, I'll slightly hide behind the corner, trying to avoid them throwing at me. I'm just wait for them to come a little closer, seeing that Arvio is basically handling them so far from here.
All right.
So yeah, I'll just hold my attack action.
All right. Well, Lex, you watch as Arvio kind of steps up there and he casts a spell, and then step back, and then you see a bunch of rocks just come flying out of the tunnel there, bouncing off of Philip. Sorry, and it is now your turn, Lex.
I'm gonna hold my action again. Wait for them to come back into my range.
Okay.
I'm hoping they don't know I'm here.
So the blue mark is the difficult terrain that was just put down, just so you guys know.
Yep.
Okay, Ava, it is your turn.
With my hooded lantern in one hand and my crossbow in the other.
All right, so you step up there, and you see some dead bodies on the ground, but you also see what looks to be more of them moving up, and they're kind of like twirling their rocks around, or their slings around over their head, and they're throwing rocks as you kind of step up, shine your lantern on them.
Is this guy still alive?
Yep. Everything that's there is still alive, and in fact, I will reveal this one because he's on a different layer. There you go.
12.
Well, you get advantage on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
Yeah, that was the one you did the insight against.
I don't get advantage on him for that.
Okay. 12 will miss. He kind of just brings up his shield and blocks your bolt.
And then I duck back.
All right. You hear a bunch more commotion coming down that way. Arvia, it will be your turn. I left that up in case you use your dark vision.
Second verse, same as the first, except it's on this fella now. Because apparently I didn't do as good of a job as I wanted to the first time.
You see dead bodies kind of laying behind them. So there's definitely stuff there. You feel that what you're seeing now probably stepped up. The ones in the front, there's no dead bodies there, and they're standing in the same place. So you get the feeling that it didn't affect them, that it didn't kill them. But you can see behind them like bodies laying on the ground, and more of these creatures are stepping upwards. I will go ahead and roll for them.
Yep. Let me just get that damage for you. That's not the right one. Ignore that. I did Cone of Cold. That was not the right one. That. That's fuck you damage right there.
Damn.
That's 27 total.
Okay. Well, you see very quickly as these ones in the front get hit by it, and they kind of bring their shields up. They take damage from it, and you notice that where they've been getting pelted, you can see like dents in their shields, and there's kind of blood seeping off of them. They are still standing though, but they are now bloodied. You watch as the ones behind them just drop dead as they get pummeled by these things.
Just back up, and I'm just telling everybody else, it's like, The shield ones are a little bit more durable, but I'm pretty sure it's just cleanup now.
Let's just sit this out for a minute and see what they do.
Yeah, it's going to be icy for a couple of seconds, though. So no rush. And I warm myself by the fire as a bonus action.
All right, Grim, it will be your turn. You no longer see things in here anymore. All right, you hear a bunch of barking and stuff, and yeah. They will. You guys see more rocks come just like tumbling out of here, and then after their turn, you guys hear from behind you a loud slam on the ground.
Ooh. Who's fast? Much faster this time.
Philip, it is your turn.
I will actually stand by this corner now, trying to hide from the sight and prepare my attack action again.
Alrighty. Then that will bring us to your turn, Lex.
Same thing, hold my action for anyone that comes in my range.
Alright. Ava, it is your turn.
Wow. Ava will again.
Alright. You step up there. You do step up there. Sorry, hold on.
Wow. I'm gonna shoot the guy that I'm.
As you move into line of sight, so we will do kind of this. No, why are you not revealing? Sorry about that. So you kind of step up there. You see more dead bodies laying on the floor, and more of them seem to be stepping up on top of them. These two here were readying to sling their rocks when somebody stepped in there, so they will. That will miss. That will hit. Let's see. A critical hit on a kobold will deal to you 9 points of bludgeoning damage as rocks hit you.
I will have it.
And you see this guy back here kind of got some wings, and he kind of like flaps them a bit, and you watch as he brings his hands up, and you see kind of fire appear within his hands. And yeah, he will throw it at you. Oh, that is the wrong dice. And that will hit you, so he will deal just cantrip damage, so you watch this one cast a spell and hurl at you a firebolt that will hit you for 6 fire damage. And then that will be their held actions that they were holding, so it is continue your turn.
All right. Well, I believe a 20 will hit that guy, right?
Yep, you doing middle one, bottom one?
No, the one I've been.
That one? Okay.
One I got marked, so 17 damage to him.
17. He looks pretty rough as you sink that one kind of through his upper shoulder area, but still standing.
And I move back.
All right. You hear some more commotion come from down that way, and then Arvio, it will be your turn.
Ava, are there even more of them?
Oh,
They
yeah.
just keep coming? Oh, okay. Well, are you done moving them, DM?
Yep.
Cool. He's just gonna step out. It's like, Well, let's see if they actually are immune to fire.
I will go ahead and add them to the turn order, so you know. They were basically moving around on their turn.
Cool. Bop. Bop. That's a fire. Oh fuck! The firebolt does so much more damage. I forgot.
I hope you're at least saving some spell slots.
Oh, I am. I'm just. Here's the thing. That does 35 damage to all of them.
I know.
Yeah, that does.
Okay, so
And here's the thing, right? Even if I did do this on the dragon, it wouldn't do jack shit.
You don't
So
know that.
On the red dragon.
You
Yeah,
don't know
red
that.
dragons like heat. We do know that. We
don't
know
know
that
that.
they like heat.
Yeah, you know they like heat, but you don't know if they're resistant.
I'll assume. Boom.
Yep, I'm just rolling and trying to figure stuff out, looking at stat blocks here real quick. Yeah, so these ones here, you watch as they just get disintegrated.
Do they
These
turn
ones,
to ash?
they get pretty charred. These ones here seem to, they hold up their shields and the fire kind of impacts them, and it still wraps around them, and as they drop their shields, it seems to have done less damage. So basically they made their save, and then seems like they might be resistant to it.
Huh. Well, some of them are resistant to fire.
The ones though weren't, and you also notice this guy here, who's like flapping his wings. He seems to take some damage too, but he is still standing.
Some
Bloodied.
take damage to fire, some don't. It's basically the more swole they look, the more likely it is that they have resistance to fire.
Let me just double check that. Yep.
That's a good assumption.
Okay, so yeah, that is what you see happen as you cast that. And then as you guys step away, you can no longer see in there. And it will be your turn, Grim. Right. I will go ahead and add them to the thing too. So you guys hear some commotion, movement going on in there. And you hear some more commotion and movement going on in there. Okay, these ones are going to take a little bit of time.
So more than 10, right?
All
Oh.
right, so you see a couple more rocks kind of come out of the darkness into that room. And Philip, it is your turn.
Did I hear any other noises coming from this direction, from the entrance?
You did not.
I'm gonna, because yeah, the dog came along with us, even if he didn't fight. He just on my turn. I'm just gonna send him towards entrance and like basically command him to go to the entrance and then come all the way back to see if he comes back.
Okay. What is a mastiff's movements? I'm looking that up real quick. 40 feet. So yeah, it walks back in that way, and then it will use its action, I guess, since you commanded it to come back, and it comes back to there.
Well, appears like the dragon is away from the entrance.
Could be in hiding, waiting for us to come out.
Yeah, that's basically it. I'm still waiting here.
All right, and Lex, it is your turn.
I guess I am going to. I'll call out. I'll use my action, stuff like this. Say, do we want to make a play or do we want to keep playing this peeking game? And if I have an action, I'll hold it. Wait for a response.
Let's kill him.
Frankly, I'm running out of spells, so if anybody could do something other than
All right.
me, that'd be
I'm
great.
charging in.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bonus action rage, and I'm running in.
All right. You run around the corner and just run straight.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Do that. Around
Alright.
here. I'll take whatever rocks they got.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put you there. You can't see your token anymore, can you?
Nope.
All right. You're standing here when you run into something, as you do not have dark vision, correct?
No.
All right. So you just ran into complete darkness. As you run around the corner, you are gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're gonna let me pull out more dice so I can make this fast. So 5 of them are gonna sling rocks at you. That is gonna be a hit. That will be a hit. Those will be a miss. And then that is going to be 15 hits. Okay, so that hits. So you will get hit by 4 of them. Okay, you will take you'll take 15 points, and then that halved will be 7. So you'll take 7 points as these rocks hit you, and you run in. And as you are running in, no, I'll reveal this to you as you have 3 firebolts that come flying in your direction. That will hit, and those 2 will miss. So only one of the firebolts will hit you. But I will reveal. Right here, as you ran into him. No, this guy right here. He's gonna take his spear and he's gonna jab at you twice, and you just catch this very briefly as the fire bolts light the area up. That will hit. That will hit. I gotta bring theirs back up. Okay. So that will be 2 damage, piercing damage from that first attack, and then 1, so you will take a total of 3 piercing damage. That's already halved from them, and you kind of see that very quickly before the firebolt light fades out. It is 10. Unfortunately, I do have to go tonight at 10. So we'll go ahead and leave it here in this cliffhanger as you guys watch Lex run in, and I will pick up on your turn next Saturday. Okay, Lex?
It works for me, man.
All right.
All right.
Well,
I
I'm
like that.
happy.
I like how you guys will hear us ting ting ting.
Yep.
I guess Zilmur is coming back to the party.
I will hold off on XP until you guys finish this.
All right.
But I'm
good.
glad we got to play. Finally got to play after Texas froze over.
Hmm.
Well, it's kind of fitting since we were in a frozen wasteland for a bit.
Yeah, I was